as a painter, I'm sort of stuck with rectangles. Not every painter is, but I work on rectangles. So the idea of actually a shape, and a beautiful shape, was super exciting. And my work, I call the paintings self-portraits. They're obviously not, but it came about as a result of earlier work where I was noticing images that would rise up in my subconscious that would make their way into the painting. And so it became like a mirror to the inner self, hence self-portrait. But what I discovered in just painting after painting is that I was looking for certain compositional shapes that would also speak to the feminine nature of my work. These are self-portraits of a woman, and most of the art that I saw in my life was made by men, so I had different things to say. And so the beautiful feminine shape of the guitar was just perfect for this kind of spiral form that often finds its way into my work. I knew that this image would work so well for this guitar. And the guitar itself is about our fear of the alien. You can see that there's a kind of a weird octopus, and it's being in battle with some kind of spacemen. And it's kind of like, who is the alien? The people that separate themselves from the natural world and fight it and destroy it? Or is it that strange bug that creeps out of a hole in the ground and you get to marvel at it, and all it wants to do is fulfill its destiny to continue the cycle of life or whatever? Meaning the octopus is a link in this, and yet the spacemen are battling that. And so if there's anything that art does, it helps create linkages between the human tendency to be fearful of what's new and to be able to experience joy. So this is a delivery system for joy, and that's what I feel like we need.
I feel like the whole time I was growing up, my mom would be painting on, not just strictly painting her oil paintings, but painting on things. It looks to me like something she just painted right on there. It looks like handmade art. And I love that. It reminds me of, my home and my mom. Looking at this painting, it's just such a beautiful, vision of nature. I love my mom's imagination. It's like this, clearing in the woods with a beached octopus and these men kind of accosting it. Something that would not enter my brain. And I love that if you play this guitar, you can be in my mom's amazing imagination for a minute. I think that's what I would hope, is just awakening the imagination.
The other thing that worked so beautifully is that there's this whole kind of fecund world that swirls up and around, and it's full of things blossoming, and it's just such a beautiful metaphor counterpart for what's going to come out of it when it gets played. When I got the email from Thomas Ripson, the first thing I thought is, I can't wait to tell Oliver, which is true. Martin guitar. I mean, it's the jewel on the crown. It's the top of the mountain. And I was just so thrilled. And I kind of knew almost immediately what should go on that beautiful shape, which is so feminine. So it was a little bit of a dream come true. The idea that it's useful is kind of wonderful too. That that there's a conjoining of what it exists for and what it says is just really wonderful. You know, the word that comes to mind is the feminine, which of course, you know, most of the rockin' world is male. But if I think about that, this is an instrument for guys to be able to weep, you know, I mean, in their singing, or emote, which are kind of related to feminine qualities, that it's an instrument that brings balance.